Hi, welcome to my review of Hard Rock Riviera Maya for 2021. I just spent 12 days at the resort before leaving it for Unico, which we'll review next. Now guys, there's a lot of stuff to unpack this time, seriously. A lot of closures, impact from the storm, COVID-19 obviously, a lot of stuff that we need to talk about. Should you even book a week right now at the resort, or should you wait until at least mid-April or end of April to travel because of all the closures? And let's talk about that now, what is closed, before we go into everything else. Building 7 and Building 8 on Hacienda side are closed. 3 restaurants are closed. Frida, Pizzeto, and the Brazilian Ipanema are also closed. But more importantly, the entire pool of Hacienda side is closed. This is the biggest pool that they have, which include also a slide, the kids pool, and a zip line. This is completely closed. Now the closure does not impact you as far as the sound goes. Okay, they're repaving the pool, so it's not really important. You're not gonna hear it or anything. So if you stay on the Heaven side, and normally you go and you only stay on Heaven side, that's gonna be okay enough. But they closed that pool, so that means that the Heaven side pool is somewhat jam-packed. Another problem for members is also the fact that the member pool is closed. So if you're a reference from an Hall of Fame or a VIP, for example, or you go on someone's membership, or you are actually a member, well, the Hall of Fame pool is completely closed. So that little eatery that they have there, plus the bar and everything else, you won't have access to it at all. Now, do I like what they do with the pool? Yes, I do. It's very beautiful, it's gonna be very bright and nice, and the pavement at the bottom is very good. However, if you're expecting to have any specific areas for people that buy into, let's say, Rock Royalty on Costco or any upgrades, then forget about it. The only thing that you will have if you're a member is a little piece of beach, which is still open on the Heaven side, where you will have, some chairs reserved only for members and higher level Hall of Fame and stuff like that, but nothing else. Also, there's a huge beach on the Hacienda side, which is of course closed, so that makes it that more people gather on the Heaven side. If you like these reviews, please guys, give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have way more coming. So compared to 2 weeks ago when I was at Hard Rock Cancun, the distance in between the chairs used to be very good at Hard Rock Cancun. It's not the case at Hard Rock Riviera Maya because of 2 pools being closed. Now everything is concentrated on 1 pool. I'm not saying that it's an issue for COVID-19, but I'm saying to you that people are closer together, so the noise level is higher. People will be forced to go early in the morning to put their towels there or their bottle of water or whatever, books, to try to reserve a seat. And apparently, and I don't know because I'm an Hall of Fame and I have my name on my chair, so nobody bothers me, but apparently they are quite strict to preventing people from leaving, like their things on their chair to reserve the chair. And I totally understand, especially that they don't have much, being the fact that 2 pools are closed. Now, the service at the pool and at the beach. Well, honestly, you're gonna have to get up to get your own food. That's that. Even if you're an Hall of Fame, they're not gonna bring that to you. Bucket of water with ice at the chairs was not available this time. And at the cabanas, I also suggest that right now you don't rent a cabana because there was no service at the cabanas. Maybe they'll bring you a drink or they'll bring you a bottle of water if they see you. But I mean, as far as before, the service was much less, and it was mentioned early in the week, and it didn't change at all the entire week. So honestly, I don't believe that it's gonna change anytime soon until they manage to either complete the the repairs, or that the staff actually have more time to be able to do that. I don't know exactly what was the issue, but personally, I felt that the service this year at the pool and at the cabanas was way less. So I strongly recommend that you don't have your expectation too high for those 2. Now, if you want to have food at the pool, well, there are a bunch of eateries outside, so they erected tents outside where people are cooking, and you can get your food there. The food is very good. There's no issues. As far as the food this year, it was very, very good. No problem there at all. For the restaurants that are still open at night, the service is very, very good. No problem. Especially the Petit Cochon was absolutely amazing. I had like 3 or 4 meals there. It was very good. Now, when it comes to the house wine, no problem at all. I tried some of them. They were good, especially at lunch. And it's the same wine at night. At night, as an Hall of Fame, I would have basically a special wine list. Unfortunately, that list sort of vanished. Luckily, the resort sommelier, Charlie, was very good, and I still managed to get some wine at night. But yes, Honestly, this time they have issues to get certain wine because likely of COVID-19 and transportation issues and stuff like that. So that was one little issue. At lunchtime, I really appreciated the fact that in the lobby of Evan, they have now a sushi bar, which is, they call it Zen Express for lunch. It's very good. I do suggest that you go early because there's only like 6 or 7 chairs, and if they are gone, then you won't be able to have your sushi because they don't allow you to actually take it out of the restaurant to go, let's say, for room service, eat it at your room or somewhere else. So this is one little issue. You have to check it out. But the sushi chef were amazing. The food was very, very good. No issues there. And if you are planning, like I said, to rent a cabana, or if you're an Hall of Fame and you reserve a cabana, there's no food delivery at the cabana this time. I saw that very well at Hard Rock Cancun, but Riviera Maya had none. So that's another thing. I don't know if it's because of COVID again, or simply the service couldn't be offered, but that was it. Now the Heaven Bar during the day is open, so you can go there if you want to go play pool, and they renovated it. It looks very, very good. I really like what they did with it. It's great. In the lobby also of Heaven, they completely remade the member area for when you check in. I didn't have the chance to test it out because the driver brought me to the wrong area of the resort, but normally members would check in there. It's very beautiful the way they remade it. Of course, they're not going to give you any drinks or any food available there because of course COVID-19 measures, something they respect a lot. At night for the shows were great. They have one outside, which is the fire show, which is built between building 5 and 6. It was very good. And they also had a Michael Jackson show, a circus show, and a magician that were performing at the Epic Theater, which is inside the conference center. The shows were very good. I have no issues there. I have to admit that as opposed to Hard Rock Cancun, they weren't mentioning, to people to wear masks, even though most were. And they weren't actually coordinating people per row to get out so that they don't congregate at the exit. That was a thing that they didn't really manage. But again, I didn't feel at all, in risk at all during the week for COVID-19. There's no issues there. For the chef dinner, if you plan on extra activities within the resort, a lot of people like the chef dinner. It didn't happen. Normally, you would have to pay with your resort credit for that dinner, and a lot of people like it. If you're in Hall of Fame, you get it for free, and they somehow did not offer any replacement or any suggestion of what they could do since you're losing that benefit. So, okay, that's what it was. Now, for the other activities you can do on the resort, you still have the complete water park, which is no issues, properly maintained, and everything is open on that one. Woodward is still there, and you also have an escape room, which is about $40 per person. You cannot use your resort credit. This one doesn't belong to the resort. It actually belonged to another company, so they put you in a room for an hour until you escape, and they guide you in and out. So that was a thing you could try as well. The spa, of course, is the biggest spa in Mexico. Everything in there was perfectly good. I went almost every single day for hydrotherapy. The service was good. And I also went for a few care, massage and stuff, and it was good. No issues there. So that's fine. The gym, 15 people maximum, and it was open. You don't have to reserve. The kids club. Well, they're repaving the bottom of the kids club. I like that because before it used to chip off and stuff, but it is closed. The reason why is so long as the school will be closed in Mexico, the kids club will be closed. Let's talk about the rooms. Well, they're pretty much the same thing as they were before. I don't see any changes there. Honestly, the COVID didn't change anything except maybe the staff are not allowed inside your room except the cleaning lady, which is just a good procedure. And the fact that some of the cups are now disposable instead of having a firm coffee mug. I did not see a bucket for ice, not sure why. And I will debunk the myth that the bathrobes are not disposable. A lot of people online have mentioned this. It's not. They're poor quality or they're very thin. I'm assuming the resort's just trying to save money the same way that they are not offering, for example, cakes and stuff like that to welcome guests. And this is fine because most people didn't eat them and the food ended up being wasted. So yeah, this is a good measure. As far as room service, I didn't try it, but other people have, and I think the food, if it's like anything else in the resort, must be very, very good because, my little rodent friends all night long munch on it and they seem to be very, very happy. So this is good. As far as the COVID test, you can receive it at a resort, no issue. It was fast, very easy, very professional and painless. I got my result within 90 minutes. Whether you need to pay or not will just depend on how you booked your stay and how long you stayed and your status. As far as the rest of the overall of the resort and my impression, it has nothing to do with COVID-19 because I rated the resort 9.5 in 2020 and Hard Rock Cancun at about 8.5. Hard Rock Cancun increased to probably 9.5 in my thinking. The week that I had there was perfectly amazing at the beginning of February. And Riviera Maya overall, I will have to give it a 7. I could push it to 7.5, but that's pretty much it. This time, I'm assuming they're gonna go back up in time. They definitely have the capacity and they have the administration to do it, the same management. I'm currently at Unico right now and the resort is amazing. I'm gonna stay there for a bit and then after that I'm gonna fly to Los Cabos, where I'm gonna spend 2 weeks at Hard Rock Los Cabos, and I'm gonna make another review from both of those resorts. So stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video.